Imagine you doing practice for months and days and early mornings and late nights. You win a marathon, and then some white person somewhere sits and has the guts to tell you that you're doping because you've broken a record. Like, seriously, what is wrong with humans? Why? Why would you be against a Kenyan winning a marathon when it's in our DNA? It's our thing to win, by the way. It's not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. And yeah, you better just get used to it like everyone else. So yeah, I'm sure you're wondering where this story is coming from. And I'm here to tell you about the story of Kenya's Ruth Chepngetich, who's now being accused of doping simply because she won a marathon on Sunday in Chicago, the Chicago Marathon. So yeah, Kenya's Ruth Chepngetich won the Chicago Marathon, and not just winning. She actually broke a world record. And now this is what is leading some white supremacists to feel too important or too threatened or jealous to accuse her of doping with zero evidence, and just simply because she made it to the top, So she ran so fast on Sunday that there are people who are so uncomfortable, and the only way they can find justification is to say that she's doping. Like, I don't get it. Why is it? Like, why would you be so comfortable, just wake up and say that it's not possible for a human to run like that? Yet we have seen it with our very own Ruth running. And because she has won and beaten everyone else that you expected would beat them, then you accuse her of doping. Where is the evidence? Like, have you done any tests to prove that she's doping? No, you have not. The most annoying thing was that when she was being interviewed after the marathon, there's a journalist who asked her that, what do you feel or take that some people are saying that because you're so fast, then it means maybe you're doping? She was like, I don't know. And then I loved that she had the confidence to say, people will always talk. So if you win, people will talk. If you lose, they will be very happy to say that Kenyans are now, have lost dominance in the athletics. But no, we ain't losing it, bruh. We're gonna be on that top seat as long as we are on this earth, because as Larry Madowo would always say, Kenyans invented running, and it's in our system to do that. So Chepngetich ran and the marathon in a record of 2 hours, 9 seconds, and 56 minutes. And just so you know, Kenyans have dominated marathons since 1964, when Wilson Kiprugut won the nation's first ever Olympic medal. It wasn't a gold, but at least you can see where our history began. 1964 was the first time we had a medal in athletics. So it's taken us all these 61 or is it 62 years now for us to get to where we are. And you cannot accuse us of doping because we've gotten better with time and we are good at it and we're not even ashamed of it. And just to mention a few names so that people actually acknowledge this. We've had so many marathoners in Kenya. I can't even do a list. I cannot name all of them. But just to remind you that our people who've broken records, remember Samuel Wanjiru, the late, he broke a record. Remember Kevin Kiptum, just the other day, broke a record. The GOAT of all time, Eliud Kipchoge, Kenya's best, Kenya's GOAT, Kenya's most, decorated marathoner. How many marathons has he run? How many world records has he broken? So if these ones have done it, why would you imagine that for Ruth, it's a different story? And in case you thought it's just the male who dominate, no. Let me give you a few names of females who've also made it on that category and broke records and, while on top of their game. Catherine Dereba, Tagla Lorupe, Lorna Kiplagat, Bridget Kosgei, who's still top in the market today. And of course, now we have Ruth. But no, these people feel, no, a Kenyan cannot be. These are just a few names I've mentioned among other, a list of, just go to Google and find out, or wherever you do your research, before you claim that a Kenyan is doping, go online and find out and watch all the previous athletics marathons just to see how well. With all this raw talent, how do you have the guts to accuse Chepngetich of doping? Like, seriously, are you for real? Are you even in your right mind to just sit and imagine that a Kenyan would be doing that? We don't do that here. Us guys just run. We wake up, we run, and we become the best, and that's it. And, the best thing about Ruth is that she ditched the competition by the halfway mark and ran through a chorus of cheers through the final straight as she claimed her third title. She was so incredible because the 30-year-old became the first 3-time woman winner of the Chicago race, broke the previous world record, which was at 2:11:53, which had been set by our neighbors here, Ethiopians. But this time we were like, no, we're back, like where we belong. So she also won, Chepngetich has also previously won the 2021 and 2022 marathons, so that you see her journey. You need to see someone's journey before you can accuse them of doping. And she has her 2021, 2022, and before that she had other races where she had won. So before you come at our door saying she's doping, please go through history. And she dedicated her latest victory to Kevin Kiptum. We lost Kiptum early this year in an accident, who had set the men's world record at last year's race just 4 months before he died in a car accident at the age of 24. You see how young we have marathoners who are so young and so talented, that when you see someone accuse a Kenyan of doping, you're lost for words. It begs to, what is your problem? Seriously. So the world record is back in Kenya. And she, in her post-marathon interview, she said that I've fought a lot thinking about the world record, and I have fulfilled it. Man, when you watch her say those words, it was so fulfilling. She set a blazing early pace and reached the halfway point in 1 hour, 4 minutes, 16 seconds. And this was the 5th quickest time in history for a half marathon by a woman. Just imagine that. And it's so interesting that we had a man win also, who's also Kenyan, our very own John Korir, who won in the men's category. But they could not accuse maybe Korir because he's a man. They expected it was rather obvious for him to win. But for Ruth, it became a story. And let me read for you, actually. There's someone on Twitter who decided they will push this narrative, and his handle is the Runnerman17. And this is what he said. Today is the day we can finally agree athletics is dead as a sport, as Ruth Chepngetich wins Chicago Marathon in 2:09:56. And he had this explanation, which is annoying, but let me just read it for you, that Ruth passed her first 5K in exactly 15 minutes, 10K in 30 minutes. And then he went on just to explain what it means. And when you look at it, you're just like, he had to bring back history of other people who've been running and what it means in every minute and every second. But the question is, every time someone breaks a world record, it means they've put in more effort than the previous person. So we cannot have a standard where we expect it has to be always like 2:11. I mean, if people can do 2:09 or even 2:10, I mean, we had our very own Elliot do it under 2 hours, so it's not a big deal for us as Kenyans. And for someone to come out and, put and say that a full 2 minutes faster than the world record, they couldn't make it any more obvious that this result isn't normal. Yes, it isn't normal because someone won by putting effort and working so hard to achieve. So respect the win and respect Kenyans. Yeah, and Kenyans, actually, if you're watching, you can just, let's keep telling people how good we are at this thing and why we don't actually care if they accuse us of doping, because we are not dopers. We're just good at what we do. And congratulations to Ruth Chepngetich for your win. Keep going. Lady, don't look back. Let no one put you down by telling you that it's doping. Keep on and push. Yeah, and let's keep encouraging our athletes to keep moving and keep doing their best in all they do. Wow. Thank you for watching, and catch you on the next one. We're taking it on a marathon like the marathoners we are on this channel. See you on the next episodes.